Welcome back to my channel. This is Peggy from the Pearl Forest, and today we're on for another episode of On the Road. This time we're going to be using our hand lotion from our hotel and some paper that we have from our bag or a map or out of our travel brochure or a magazine that we've picked up along the way. Sometimes they have little free magazines. And I'll show you how you do this. It's called Momigami. I'm just using this big lotion right now because I'm going to use it up. But we have our travel lotion we used for our oval printing the other day. A lot of times I've seen free bottles of lotion in your hotel or motel room, or you might just have some with you in your purse. You basically just spread a layer of hand lotion. I've heard this also works with conditioner, hair conditioner, and some other things like that. So this might be something that you would have for a little travel size of that as well. Then you want to gently crumble it up, getting it nice and crinkly. You then also may want to put more lotion on or not, depending on what you have. You can gently unwad it up, and you'll see that some places are more crinkly than others, so maybe you want to re-crinkle it and get it in there and squish it good because you want those crinkles. It helps break down the structure of the paper and it makes it have kind of a fabric feel. You can do this somewhat even without lotion. I've had kids just wad up and crumple and undo and crumple and undo and crumple pieces of paper, and it ends up making it very soft to make like a little fabric quilt type of thing for a paper doll, just all made out of paper. So this is how you do it, and then you can set it aside to dry, and you can see it's a lot more flexible. You would do the same thing with something even as big as this map. This is wine country. I have a lot of these different travel things from many years and from other people. In my sorted out, use it up stuff, these are just ones that I've come across recently, so we're using them in our on the road travel things. So this is called Momigami, if you haven't heard of it. There are many people that show the technique on their channel. I may have done one myself if you look back through the examples on my videos. So you just, once again, you just crush it up. You get your hands nicely lotioned at the same time, or hair conditioned if that's the case, and gently undo it. Now see, sometimes like this map has a big fold here, and so it's kind of fragile. But this map I like. It reminds me just of scrapbook paper with the big splotches of nice coloring. So this will be nice to use in a journal. So that's what this one will look like. And if some paper tears more easily than others, I have dried some, which I'm going to use in a minute. I've dried with a hair dryer. This one I'm not going to crinkle again because I've noticed in my two examples that I've done of this, both of them have torn. So it's a more fragile paper. Get off some of this excess hand lotion so I can show you what I've already made and what we can do with it. So this is kind of a sale brochure magazine. So there's different ads for different things. If you just like cut here, you kind of have this nice color. Or as it works its way out, if you can't really read it, you know, you might have that, or it might be interesting to have this lady. Here's another one with ads. This one I liked for the Beat Summer Heat. I was thinking this would be fun to maybe put in the one that we did. Hope you guys are having a nice day. We're not in the summer when I'm making this, and there's not a lot of heat. Where I was, it was very foggy today. So there we have Beat Summer Heat. We'll put that to use. We'll set that here. And then we could also snip off this sun, which they've done in 2 colors because they're heat and air conditioner. So it's supposed to be warm and cold of the sun, but we'll save that. We'll see what else we want to do with these in the future. There's this one and this side. I think this would be kind of fun to maybe snip a little bit of this like this. I'm going to make a small one and perhaps a larger one that we'll put in our sample book, but I'm not going to put them in today because they're too wet still. Put that aside for now. This one reminds me of being on vacation and getting like pancakes, you know, for breakfast. A lot of times they have waffles. They're just other ads on the back side of this. This is from a magazine. Real Simple, and I think I'll just snip that part off, but we can use this to trim some things. This is, you know, real flexible. How big do I want this to be? This could be our big one, and maybe guess we could leave pancakes on this one. Put our small one there, and then this is big. I'll use that in just a second. I just wanted to show you, I also showed what you could do with the Momigami for the paper towel. It makes it very soft and flexible. We can later use this as kind of a textured layer, like on some tags or journal cards. I also did this takeout napkin, and it also makes it soft. It's not completely dry yet, but it's a lot sturdier than some of the paper, but this will make a nice textured layer under some things. Here's a coffee dyed tablet paper. As you can see, has torn. Maybe we'll just give it a, well, it's got quite some texture inside. We'll use that. Now see, here's that map, which I said it tore a lot, but we'll still make use of some of it. Here's some more of the paper towel that we coffee dyed. So see, we can use multiple of these techniques for other things. Okay, let's see. Our page is, we don't want to make this any bigger than our journal page. Here's our journal. Depending on what page we put this on, how does our pancakes measure up? Okay, they're too long this way. Unless we hung it this way, that could work. Okay, so we can do that one that size, and then another one smaller. So, like when you do a fabric flip, it's kind of nice to have some different sizes kind of peekabooing out, and possibly even like some torn edges. So could have this coming down. This is a nice nature scene, and it's one of those travel magazines. And I Momigami these a little earlier. So see, we can have this flip, and we could possibly even put, whoops, well, I guess we're going smaller. We could put this on here, and maybe even put our summer heat. Yeah, I don't think I could put that on. Maybe we'll put that on the other one. So we could put this together like this, and I can try to staple it, but it's still kind of fragile, being damp still. Have you ever had a stapler that did this? It wants to stick down there and not back up where it's supposed to go. I think it's operator error, so I have to go in this little section. Figure it out eventually. It still works, but it's a challenge. Okay, so this, we'll put this on here. And maybe with that tear there, we should do a middle one too. So now we have these layers that we can put in there, and they all flip up to reveal different vacation memories. You know, a lot of times it's summer, you might have a map, you might be out in nature, you might have a yummy breakfast along the way. You have this person here peering at you. So that could be a fun one. And when this dries really good, we'll glue it across the top here into our book. I may make, not with this, but I may make something that folds over at the staples, just as a little more reinforcement on the page. Or I might just glue underneath here. Okay, so then like our little one, maybe we use this one like this, our hotel one, and then maybe we have our blue one that says pancakes. I think we were going to use some of this, maybe some of the crossword puzzle. I kind of like the torn edge. Adds kind of a nice feature. And I know this has this little notch over here, but it doesn't bother me. I might cover some of it up. So see, we can see parts of these, and we have this one here, and we can kind of peekaboo them. Maybe we'll even tear this edge like that. That's something else. And if we staple just here with our sun, we can get through all of our layers, maybe offset it a little bit. So here's a couple Momigamis that you could make, that you can then flip up to see. Now you probably wouldn't write all this on this, but you can. You might write underneath on the page instead. But you have the added texture. It's a tactile thing with the Momigami. And you have what looks like a fabric flip, but it's just paper and stuff that you find along the way or in your room, whether it's coffee dyeing you've already done, or whether it's just magazines and maps and catalogs, or sales flyers, or hotel brochures, whatever you might find, or tablets from your hotel room, or your part of your book you brought along to do something. Lots of places to get things, and I think these make interesting additions to your travel book. So thank you for joining me. This is Peggy from the Pearl Forest, and we've been on the road on another part of our journey as we continue along here, periodically adding to our journey. Take care. Hope you have a fun, creative, and day full of love, and that you'll come back and join us again. Hit that like, thumbs up if you like, and maybe even add a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Maybe you're on a journey, but thank you for journeying with us by visiting this video. Take care.